Is this working? All right, perfect. Hello, my name is Olivia, and this is my third project for visual programming in C# using Visual Studio. Today I bring you another game. This one I'm calling AnomaToy, as you're finding anomalies in toys and deciding whether they are good to be shipped or need to be thrown out. Without further ado, let's give a quick demonstration of what all is going on. All right, we have our first toy. The way we inspect this toy to make sure there is nothing wrong with it is by clicking on the picture and getting our information. We have height information, weight information, and whether or not this toy has an accessory. To check to make sure this information is exactly what we want to see, we can open up the toy manual. Here is the toy manual. It is a database that has all the information we could possibly need. I don't think this is a doll. This looks like a spinning top. So let's go to the page for the spinning top. Yep, it is a spinning top. Its color is yellow. Its height is 4. Its weight is 2. And it does not have an accessory. Looks like all of that matches. Let's go back and say this is a good top. Now we have a teddy bear. Looks like he has a height of 12, a weight of 5.5, and he has an accessory. And look, our score went up because we did good earlier. I believe this teddy bear is still good, so let's go ahead. Oh, he was good. We got another 50 points. Looks like we now have a doll. This doll has a different height, weight, and has an accessory. Now, let's just assume this doll is still good and say this is a good doll to go. Oh, seems like we were wrong. We got 25 points deducted from our score. Well, time to move on to the next one. And that is essentially how the game goes. It's a bit more basic than the last one I created, but I still think it is a lot of fun. And it makes use of a database in a similar manner I wanted to do before, but couldn't quite figure out until now. So, what's happening behind the scenes for this program to work? Let's go ahead and check that out. Here I have my declarations in order to get many things started right from the get-go. Here we have a constant int for our finished toys, as all of the toys have all of the code they need. It's simply a matter of their visual assets. Some of the toys, their visual assets are not done yet and will be finished in further iterations. When those further iterations are put out, this counter will be updated by a developer. Our points are counted here. We have a toy type that we will be using throughout our code. We have some randomized random variables. And then we have some base toys we'll be taking information from so we can compare them to our comparable toys. As stated here, not all objects are used in the current demonstration, and further iterations will make use of these objects. When our game first loads in, we'll go to our game frame load, and we will immediately set our game up. Here, we'll make sure all of our text boxes are empty and clear. We'll get a random number to pick any of our finished toys. And then from our finished toys, we will display them and set our toy type. Next, we will decide whether or not those toys have some anomalous property to them, something that has changed that the player will not be able to see unless they click on the toy and take a real good look at the information they're given. Because we can alter whether or not that toy has an accessory. We can alter the height by increasing or decreasing it. We can alter the weight by increasing or decreasing it as well. In all other cases, we will not make a change. With that out of the way, how do we get the information? Well, let's look at what happens when we click on the animal, the stuffed animal, the doll, the character, whatever toy we're given. If our toy type is, say, our teddy bear, then we will get its height information and weight information from the compare type. If it has an accessory, we will show that using a check mark or a white X on a big red background. The same goes for all of the other toy possibilities. When we click our buttons in order to say this toy is bad, it has an anomalous property, there's something wrong with it, or yes, this toy is good, we will immediately go to a function called compare with base and pass in our toy type. Here is where our Boolean compare with base string toy happens. We will check to see if the toy has a difference in property by getting what type of toy it is. In their case here, a teddy bear. In our case further down, a spinning top. And we will compare our base type, one that does not have its variables changed, to our compare type, which may or may not have its variables changed. If no anomalous properties are found, our anomalous is false. Nothing is found, both are equal. And in case something goes wrong in this process, I have an incredibly professional error box, so I will know exactly where the error is happening. Then we will return that Boolean value. Both our button bad and button good use this method. And based on the information given from that method, if a difference is found or not found, the player is correct to push the button good. We will earn points, and those will be displayed. For either one as well, if we happen to click the wrong button, we will have points deducted. And our function here checks to see if our points are below 0, in which case it will be set to just 0, so we do not go into negative points. Now, I know you hear talk of this toy and that toy, this toy and that toy. Where do all of these come from? These come from our classes. From here, we have a basic class, a parent class called toy, with all of our private variables that are getters and setters. Each of these toy classes inherits from toy. That way they're all able to set their own correct parameters for each variable without having to list their own getters and setters every single time. In here, All other correct parameters have already been set. This way they match what is shown in the database. Now, I've shown you the manual. Here's what's working behind that manual button. We'll create a new manual frame, and we're going to check to see if this manual form is already open. This way the player doesn't open 5, 6, 7 manual frames and get lost, because that would be really, really upsetting.